Hello everyone. In this video, I would like to talk about how you can leverage the CBA data in the performance matters to form your small groups. First thing you need to do is go to reports and then go to student item analysis, okay, which is right here. And then I pick course 1 CBA 1, so you can pick your own CBA. And I'm sure you all familiar with this page, right? Student item analysis. So I'm not going to go over the things that you know already. So I'm going to focus on this table only in this particular, video. So for this CBA, I see that I have 4 standards, 62A, 62B, 62C, and 62D. And these are the number of questions for each standard. And these are the percentage of students separated by colors. So the red means these students did not meet on this standard. So these are approaches, 13 kids approached, 2 kids get meets, and then only 1 student get master score on this standard. So these categories, these colors are separated by star performance level indicators. So it is 100% correlated with star. I want you to focus on this particular column. So as you see, there are again 4 colors and 4 squares with the colors. So red square inside the white square means you are turning off these kids. So you are turning off, you are probably like muting all those red kids. So these are the average of all the other kids, okay? Kids who get approaches, meets, and masters. If you click this one too, that means these are the percentage of students who get meets and master score on this standard, okay? So 12% of the kids get meets or master, 33% on this standard, they get meet or master. So our goal is like for every standard, we want students to get either meet or master. So I know that star counts approaches as a passing score, but for the CBAs, we are considering this case to when they go to the next grade level versus this is a 6th grade topic. So they need to meet their grade level, right? So they need to get at least meet score to be able to be successful on 7th grade topics, right? So this is why our goal is all the students needs to be meets or masters. Okay, so we don't accept approaches as a passing. So this should be our approach. So in this particular standard, I get no one in my whole 24 students, no one get meets or master. So I definitely need a whole group reteach for this one, right? I can tell. And again, similar situation for this standard. So there are 5 questions, and then only 8% of my students get master score, and then 22 of them get either did not meet or approach. Okay, so we're gonna leverage this table a lot when forming small groups and whole group. Now let's move on to CBA 2 so that we can do some examples. Okay, so let's click all of them for our purpose. Okay, I see 2 standards, 4 of them from this one, 8 of them from this standard. Okay, these are the distribution of my students, and let's talk about the average. So this is the class average, 63% of this first one, and then 48% of the second one. So I can tell that my kids needs a bigger problem with this standard because their average is only 48%, right? So, but again, let's focus on red and yellow. So I'm going to mute these 2. Okay, turn off these 2. Now I see 43% of my students needs reteach, and in this case, for this standard, 73%, almost 74% needs reteach. Okay, small group versus whole group. If it is less than 50%, is this number? If it's less than 50%, that it means you need small group. If it is bigger than 50%, it means you need whole group reteach. Okay, again, let's look at the numbers. In this standard, 74%, which is 17 kids, 10 plus 7, 17 kids, they didn't get meet or they didn't meet the standard or mastered. So they are either approaches or failed. So 17 out of 23 kids in total, 74% needs a reteach. So instead of doing like small group with 17 kids, you better do whole group reteach, okay? But in this case, majority, which is 13, 5 plus 8, 13, they understand this standard, they don't have any problem, but these 10 kids, yes, they need to be in small group reteach because it's only 10, it's less than 50, okay? All right, this is good. Well, which one of those 12 questions are tied to this standard, right? All you need to do is just click on this one, okay? So as you see, this row has been selected because it is highlighted. It is not highlighted, or you can consider this highlighted as a white background. This is highlighted as a gray background. That means it's not selected, but this one is selected. So our focus on this standard. If I click 4, let's say if I click again, that means nothing is selected in this case, okay? So I'm going back. As you see, I have all questions, but if I click 4, then This is highlighted as a white, and then I see 4 questions, okay? And then averages of 4 questions. This is like whole class average. But I need to focus on these 6 kids. Who are these 6 kids, and then what is their average? All I need to do is I need to click on this 6, and then now it's filtered these 6 students. So you cannot see their names because we kind of, hash them out for the privacy concerns. But these are my kids, and then I need to do small group with these kids. By the way, since I have an admin account, I don't have this privilege, but you guys will have an option here. As soon as you filter these 6 students, you will have another button will pop up, and then it says create my groups. So you can create a group with these 6 students, and then you can name them, okay, 63C group 1 or 63C did not meet, okay? And then when you click on this, button, like this one is going to be next to here, it will say like create my groups, my student group. So when you click on it, it will fairly easy. It will show you, okay, what is the group name, and then just click save, and then your groups will be saved. And there is going to be another option here appears. So when you click on that, you will see all those students. And another good thing is about my groups is that you can assign particular, assessments, tests for those kids. Maybe you want to assign an exit ticket for those kids if after the, small group or whole group reteach to see if right now they understand it or not after the small group reteach, right? Or whole group reteach. So that's a good idea to form those my groups, and then, give them an assignment on PM, and you will see a similar results like this. You will see another table, and then you will see the averages and all, okay? So anyway, I want to show you this another thing here. So if I click this one, this standard, right, 4 questions, and then all these 6 students, they did poorly on this standard. But look at this one and this. So the yellow here means that these students in general, he is yellow. He is, approaches, and this kid is meets. But for this standard, he is on the, he did not meet. Okay, he is failing on this standard. So that when you do a small group, you are, increasing chance to this kid to get even, higher grades. Okay, and then another good thing is you are giving a message to all the students in your class. Hey, even though you are a great student, you can be in the blue category or green category, but still you're going to be pulled out based on this standard. Okay, so probably these students did a good job on this standard, but he's a problem with this. Okay, and I see here there are like 4 questions, and then he missed 1, 2, and then he get the partial score. So out of 4 questions, he missed like 2.5 questions. You can think about that way. So he needs to be in the small group. Okay, so if I unselect it, I will see again all students. If I click 4, this time I will see 4 kids for this standard. Okay, and then how they perform for these 4 questions. Okay, so I can definitely look at this and then see that two kids need, they have a problem with this first question, but 2 of them did it correctly. But in the second question, these 2, they did it correct, but these 2 they get it wrong. So you have different pictures here. Okay, but this question number 8, you will see that most of them, missed it, and then this kid get partial score. And then for this, question number 10, they all get partial score. By the way, you already know this, but if you click on it, it will show you exactly, the question. And then if you click on this one, you will see which option student picked. So this student picked option D, and then this student picked option A, of course. But if you click on this one, you will see partially so how he made the selections. Okay, it might maybe give you an idea about the misconception. All right. Okay, so like we said, for 63D, again, if I just title all of them, and then since this is highlighted, let me click on this standard as well. Okay, so nothing is selected right now. And then if I click these 2, so I need a whole group reteach for this one, because 74% they are in the yellow and red category. Okay, if I click on this, and then 8 questions, and then you can definitely see like question number 4 average is 8%. So I don't need to maybe necessarily go over question number 3 because the average is 70%, but question number 4 definitely 8%, 39% definitely. So I might want to focus on these 2 questions because these are the lowest 2 questions, and this is also 47 is lowest, 43% is low. So you can definitely see here which one you need to focus on in this particular whole group or small group. Okay, when you use when you form small group or whole group, we want you to use anchor lessons first. Okay, and then you can also go over the questions exactly in the CBA as well. All right, so I hope this is clear. To make it even more clear, I want to go ahead and show you CBA 3. Okay, Now, in this case, we have 4 standards: 62E, 63A, 63B, and 63E. Okay, so again, I'm focusing on this table, and then I'm focusing on this column. I'm going to turn this off. All right, so I have 21 kids in this case. So 15 kids are okay, only 6 kids, right? 2 plus 4, 6. 6 kids needs a small group with each, because the average is less than 50%. So 28% of my class needs to be pulled out for the small group. 71%, which is a big percentages, as you see, there are like 15 kids out of 21. That means majority. That means it is a whole group with each. This one is also small group because less than 50. This one is bigger than 50%, which is I need to do a whole group with each. Okay, so let's focus on again this standard. I need to click on standard, and then this is now selected. Okay, it's highlighted. If I click the question number 2, now as you see, this is now highlighted in the white background. Okay, and I see only two questions. Okay, all right, so I need to know which kids needs a small group. Okay, if I click on 2, I will see those 2 students and then their overall averages. Okay, so first question they all miss, second question they get only 50%. So I need to go over all the 2 questions. Okay, and then if I click on the 4, this time I will see even blue kids. You see these kids, like their CBA average is 80%. Okay, CBA average is 80%, but look at the question number 7 average, 0%. They missed these two students. They missed this question number 7. Okay, but they get it, all of these students get it correct. The number 1 is correct. So maybe in this particular small group, I don't necessarily go over question number 1 because they get it all correctly. Okay, they have no issues with this particular question, but question number 7, they have an issue with this one. I don't know, it's a very similar question. I don't know why they missed it. So you might want to check it out for misconception. Okay, you might want to check, okay, they pick B and A. Okay, so they did something wrong. They picked B and E, I'm sorry, in this case. Okay, so they missed it. All right, so if I unclick on it, okay, now nothing is selected. Let's take a look at this 63B. I guess it was 63B, right? Turn off this too. Yeah, let me turn off this. Okay, 38%. I just wanted to make sure. And then I have 2 students. Okay, they missed all these 2 questions. Okay, they get 0. And then 6 students. Okay, these 6 students are in the blue, but I'm sorry, yellow. But I still see green students in this one. So I'm pulling out the green kids. In this previous example, remember, I also plotted the kids who perform great, like they were in the blue category, they were masters, but still they need to be in the small group. Again, majority of the kids here either blue or green or yellow, but I see one red. But still I have an issue with question number 3 because the average is 16%. So I don't need to go over question number 6 because the average is 83%. So they did a great job, but this one they missed it. Almost all of them they missed it. So I can try to understand why they missed it. I can see the misconception is number C. C. So out of 6, 4 of them pick C. So the misconception probably is C. Okay. All right. I hope this is clear. Again, we want you to utilize this tool. This particular table is very useful. Again, these toggles are very useful, especially this colors. It will tell you, these percentages will tell you if you need the whole group ETH or small group ETH. And then if you click on these numbers, it will tell you which standards and then their averages, and then even it will tell you like which questions the students missed and which one you need to focus on during the small group or whole group. Okay, and then utilize another option here, like create my groups. I don't see it because I have an admin account, but the teachers will have create a group option. So create those students in a group. Okay, 6 students, create this as a group and then name it as a 63E, like red group or something like that, so that you can refer later on. You can assign them a test or exit ticket or however you want to use it. Okay, thank you for listening. Let me know if you need further questions or clarifying questions on this one.